at the moment on Thursday. We're just beginning our first attempt at IndyCar Fixed on week 2. We are going for points throughout this season. We're currently lacking a little bit behind within our division, which is Division 3. However, that is just the first week, but we'll see how we get on during this race. It's definitely a lot more difficult, obviously, compared to our first round, which is at Auto Club. So we'll see how it goes, nevertheless. So we're starting P18 as the number 7 car. Our rating at the moment is 1.8k. Strength for the field for this race is 1.5, with this being bottom split. So we have got some drivers that are less than 1k. Top rated driver has actually got 2k I rating, so this could be pretty interesting, to say the least, to see how this race goes on, especially as we get a bit later. We could go into a lot of cautions. I have seen some races go quite have quite a lot of cautions from what I've seen on streams early this week so far, but of course it could be different now that some drivers have done some races maybe, but we'll see how it goes. So I'm running Indy at Silverstone. I may do. It depends on a matter if I get the time to do it or not. Honestly, there, Razor. But if I have the time to be able to do it, then I definitely will. So thanks to everybody that's stopping by on Twitch to watch my first attempt at IndyCar Fixed. Of course, it's not going to be an easy race, to say the least. Twin Ring Motegi is known to be very difficult. It's a bit of a shame that we can't race here anymore because of the damages that happened with the Japan earthquakes about 10 years ago. But, you know, the good thing is that we can at least still race it on sims. Feels like somebody's already causing some issues a bit more further up ahead. So thank you very much to everybody that is watching this later on YouTube for stopping by as well and coming to watch the race. Even if you have already watched this race live on Twitch. So let's get ourselves ready then. We just want to try and keep it clean for our first race, really.
Go, go, go.
Oh, somebody's straight into the wall.
Full course yellow, watch out.
That dude is a wrecking ball.
Race cars out. Line up single file behind car 3. Full course yellow. It's a closed.
Well, that was definitely interesting. Not even made for a full lap. Didn't even make it to the exit of turn 2 before there was a caution. So we definitely made a couple of positions, however.
That was absolutely idiotic. Ridiculous.
We've made 2 positions from our start. Well, made 1 position actually. How come we are only P17?
Yeah, I thought he was all over the place.
We'll see what it says when we get around again.
Pace car entering turn 4, guys.
No, we're not going to be pitting right now. There's no point. There's literally 0 point. We're just going to be holding ourselves up, being behind everybody else. So, and there are some drivers pitting in straight away. But then maybe it's just a matter of like filling up with fuel, maybe. Jamie, thank you very much for the sub. That's 7 months in a row. Hope you're doing well and hope you enjoyed your day so far. So you just come in for IndyCar Fixed. Bit of a wacky start, but you know that's Twin Ring Motegi for you. Yeah, not too bad. ILMS went pretty well. We're pretty much all set and ready to go for our endurance ILMS race on Saturday morning. We are now, so that's going to be an early start. We're going to be racing under PCDC livery instead of E-Team Brit for that particular race, because nobody else within our team were available for it, and doing an early Saturday morning race was the only availability that I had for this week for endurance ILMS, really. So it was a matter of, you know, if I want to do an endurance race, I've got to do it with another team, really. But you know, like have been allowed to do so. We're actually doing it in a HPD. We are, so turn 1 can be a little bit dicey, a little bit, but it still feels really good. It does. Like, I think we've pretty much sorted that out now, really, to be honest. So, you know, I haven't got a complaint at all about the car. You know, the car feels fantastic. Got P4 in top split. The only three drivers that we finished behind, they made no mistakes and were faster than me. Plain and simple. You know, the only reason why we finished P4 is because we didn't have any incidents at all, really, to be honest. Maybe a couple of late break moments, but nothing where we, like, you know, spun around or anything like that. So, but yeah, like, today's been pretty good so far.
Well, thanks again.
As our IMSA race that we did earlier, just before this race, was a little bit unfortunate.
Who was that, Richard?
That was number 20, Samuel Getz from New England. I can't pick up his strength of field. It's pretty low though.
Pits are open.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah, have a good one, Henry, JB, everybody. Races like gentlemen.
You too, Richard. We'll see
Okay,
you
Al,
later.
get ready. Race will resume at the end of this lap.
Okay, right, so one more lap to go.
For the day. I'm done for the day.
Have a good one, Richard. Hope to see you again, bud.
So we're restarting on lap 6. We haven't done a full lap of green flag running just yet. This is only our first caution of the day. Seems like one driver just wanted to get along the inside, somebody else maybe, or just didn't give somebody else enough room, but we'll have a look later on.
My dog trained it when I say, okay, I'm racing, she runs and gets in her kennel.
That's neat. Mine lays down on the bed behind me. I tell him I'm getting ready to race, and he lays down.
Don't know why we have these big gaps for, but okay. Oh yeah, definitely.
Green, 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 let's go.
Part of the reason why I'm actually going for points this season and loving oval so much. Just unfortunate we can't do team racing in oval, because there is no such thing.
16.
But then it is what it is.
The leader has just done a 28.9. New fastest lap for Franzioni, 28.8. That's the fastest lap. That was 28.3. The guy in front has just done a 28.5. The guy behind has just done a 28.5. It's yellow, watch out.
Yellow flag, yellow flag.
Okay, so at least we've had a couple of laps. Just unfortunately we've got another
Man, I don't know why
caution.
people struggle with this track so much.
Probably because of not enough practice.
I think it's the exit of turn 4 has like a little hump.
Race cars out, line up single file behind car number 8.
Yeah,
Safety
it's pretty
cars
much
out,
exactly
pits
it.
are
If you're
closed.
trying to put in too much steering input and try and put the gas all the way down, you slip the rear end a little bit on the corner exit as you get right on the hump, so you spin right around. You can stay out of the wall and then you just have to pit in for tyres, but not everybody's prepared for it because Motegi's a speedway that you wouldn't typically go to.
Race car, back stretch.
Hey, James, I don't remember you having a pink car.
Yeah, I've had this for a couple of months. Before that, it was like a lime green and yellow car.
Right.
This may end up being my final race of the day, Jamie. We have been streaming since about 3 o'clock. I may do
Safety
one more
cars out,
depending on the
pits are now
timing.
open.
No, the question is, I think I may pit actually, to be
Yeah, look
honest.
in your mirror. That's why I'm the colors I am.
Like I know that we haven't done too many laps. If we go long,
Yeah, actually, I like those
well,
colors.
you know what, I'm going to pit.
What's your speed? Pit lane speed limit is 50 miles per hour.
Definitely.
We think we'll need to stop again.
I really like my wheels, don't you?
Oh yeah, your wheels are the same color as my car. I noticed that before we got started.
Right, let's take these tires off, put on new
Yeah, I think
Firestones.
you need the pink wheels.
We all need a little pink.
The world just needs a little pink.
Exactly.
No way, Jamie. Thanks, buddy. Look, hopefully we should still be around coming up to the end of the race, but we don't know how long this race will take. Like I've seen some races actually take more than an hour, and these races, this particular race is only supposed to take about 35 minutes. But that's obviously without any cautions. It's inevitable that we're going to
Yeah,
get
I did 2
cautions,
races yesterday. I think
but the
in the
amount of
second race, I know
cautions.
the longest green flag stretch we saw was 9 laps.
Oh, brilliant.
Pits are open.
Yeah, I was watching a stream yesterday, and the race actually ended up going longer than an hour, when it's supposed to only last about 35 minutes without cautions.
Well, and this track's not that hard, really. I mean, if you got the wheels cranked and 3rd gear wrapped out, or maximum load coming out of 4th, you got to watch it. But otherwise, it's not that hard.
Gonna
to get
pit
around
in
the
again
track.
just in. Actually, no, I can't do it now.
Yeah, driving in snow. It's not the snow, it's everybody else that's on the road.
Exactly.
Yeah, it seems like most of the accidents are self-spins. It's not people getting together. So if people would just maintain and control their own car, then this wouldn't be that hard.
Henry, can you see if I got any front end damage to my front wing?
Yeah, it looks like the left side's bent up a little bit. What I can see from here.
Yeah, we're gonna have to just pit. Yeah, I just had somebody basically come up to a stop and wanting to go into pit road right in front of me.
Yeah, just give it a couple laps. I'll have another caution and get in and get it fixed. Yeah,
Safety car is out. Pits are now open.
kind of U-shape.
It'll be like one of them crash to claim sort of things.
Get ready. Race will resume at the end end of
Look,
this
I'm not
lap.
particularly worried though, to be honest. Like they said, you know, cautions are going to be coming out left, front, and centre. To be honest.
Yeah, Henry, I'm not coming to Texas, but I am going to Texas. The guy I'm getting dogs from is going to drive it up to Amarillo and meet me halfway.
Oh yeah.
He's in his 70s, I think, and he's going to camp for the coronavirus. That's his idea, to go to a reclusive place and camp.
Okay, so 1 lap to green. Currently P16. We have got a little bit of front wing damage from tiniest little bit of contact for somebody brake checking and then wanting to slip into pit road at the last possible
Well,
moment.
it's kind of an interesting idea.
But we're not worried about that. That's not going to be a problem. We can get that changed during the next caution, so that won't be a problem. Which is going to be inevitable.
Or in his words, he's going off the grid.
Green flag, we're racing.
Right. Just got to be a little bit aware that we have got some front end damage.
Car high.
Or they just
Still
got the
there.
free by.
Clear outside.
It's going to be a little bit extra delicate because of the damage that we have got.
17. Okay, Al, the next car is Vaughan. The leader has just done a 27.6. That's your fastest lap. Right, the guy ahead of us is Roman Fernandez. He's leading the race. You've just done a 28.1. That's your quickest lap in this session. The car ahead has just done a 27.8.
But you can see how much more difficult it is to turn in. Can't really get up to speed either. I haven't really fallen off the pace too much though. So they'll be doing the exact same thing even if my front wing was perfectly alright. I'm trying to look after the tyres the best I can. Because of the nature of this track, it's
P17.
it's a track that uses the tyres a very heavy amount. I'm just trying to look after the tyres the best I can really at the moment.
Gap to 4 ahead is now 0.8. That was at 28.2.
Oh, somebody just slips into pit road.
P16.
It's a 21 car actually as well. All I'm doing right now is just maintaining formation. I'm not pushing exactly hard right now. Yeah, I can really feel these tyres starting to go already, even with looking after the tyres. Might be one of them type of tracks where it's physically impossible to look after the tyres. And so you might as well just try and push as hard as you can. Especially when you're in the draft.
Alright, Al, the next car is 4. The gap to Roman behind is now 0.6.
Right, them two are starting to catch up a little bit behind.
16th place.
Probably like the slowest car on the track at this very moment. Oh,
Full course yellow, be careful.
Got lucky there.
That was fucking close, man. Wow.
okay, so that was actually a good clean flag run, that was. We restarted, yeah, we went on for 10 laps.
Safety car's out, pits are closed, pace car is out. Line up single file behind car number 11.
So obviously we're going to come round and meet with the pace car.
Pace car turn 2.
Henry, I was right behind you.
Yeah, I saw you back there. I was afraid you was gonna get caught up in that.
And I just got lucky, man. I kind of made a hole, and I just stayed right on it, too.
Pace car on the back stretch. Shout.
Safety car is out, pits are now open.
I think we'll just fill it up to that much. And of course it's
The
going
leader
to
is
change.
pitting now.
And everybody's pissing.
Watch your speed limit in the pits. We'll fill you to the end of the race.
Required repairs for 5 seconds. That's only going to be that for that front wing. So we should be fine. There are a few drivers that are actually getting ahead.
Vamos, you're a complete idiot, okay? You're a completely idiot. Thanks.
Right. Okay, so I'll have a look and see where we are position wise, where we're coming across the line. Now it's saying at the moment that we need another 10 litres, but I do believe
Pits are open.
that we won't even need to fill up again, possibly with the amount of yellow flags that could come out. But we shall see what happens when we come to it. We've got Martin Vaughan still in the pits. He's just exited pit road now. So, where are we? We're P14 at the moment. So bear in mind, we have just had to fix the front wing as well, so we spent an extra 5 seconds in the pits. So anybody else that's behind us has also had to repair damage, or they just prefer staying towards the back. But now that we've got nah, mine's been personalised. Mainly for my cup car, but I decided to ask my painter to actually put it on my IndyCar as well.
Safety car is out. Pits are now open. Okay, Al, get ready. Race will resume at the end of this lap.
Right, okay, so this is our third caution. We went 10 laps on that last run, which was pretty good. Bear in mind though, we did have a damaged front wing, so during this next run, I am pretty sure I should be able to be faster. There's some of these ahead of us, we might be able to get a pass on them. But we'll see what happens at that point. Of course, there's still a good amount of the race to go. Can't believe how dirty the visor gets quite quickly. Okay, right, the pace car is going to be pulling off this lap, so we'll be restarting on lap 29 in P14. So I'm hoping that now we'll start to make a bit more time getting up the field. But let's see what happens.
Green flag.
By putting the roll all the way over to the side to allow us through.
13th place.
And we're not even going to try and use our tyres, we're going to save them for later on.
Outside. Clear high.
Yeah, we're going just as fast as the leaders. Careful the exit of turn 4, you can slip there, don't forget.
P12.
So up to P12, I think we want to try and get about a top 10 finish to gain any sort of iRacing probably. Maybe a bit more further up than that. We are the 7 car.
The lap time was at 27.9.
That'll be wide into 3. Yeah, it's crucial to try and get the car mostly straight for the exit of turn 4. That's where I'm getting these fast laps from. And bear in mind, these laps I'm doing, I'm not getting any draft.
Full course yellow, watch out.
Okay, we're actually now halfway through.
Halfway through, should be about.
It's not doing
laps
that
remaining on this
bad
tank.
on the cautions, I don't
I
feel.
think that Anderson has gone off.
I honestly don't feel that we're doing that bad. So we're up to P11. Yeah, I think we need at least a P9 to gain any I rating. I could be wrong though.
Pace car is out. Line up single file behind car number 17. Safety cars out. Pits are closed.
Now, the question is, what do I do at this point? Do I pit?
Race car's coming at it too.
I don't think I do. I think I'm going to stay out. We've done a handful of laps. We restarted... What lap did we restart? 29. So we went about 6 laps. So if we have another proper run... I think it might be more of a matter of what do we do. I think we may as well just do what everybody else doesn't do, really, to be honest. It's going to be one of them sort of things. If everybody else stays out, I'll just come in. We don't actually need any more fuel. So...
Pits are open.
Seems like everybody's coming in. Yeah, we'll stay out. Do have some drivers that are coming in. Not everybody is though. And if we can, we want to try and get track position if we can help it. So yeah, P9 is our objective if we want to be gaining I rating.
Pits are open.
So right now I'm just going through my head, thinking about how the rest of the race could plan out, because obviously over racing you can't necessarily predict quite so much because you can get the cautions coming as well. And my thinking is if we do go under another caution, I think I may as well just pit, unless everybody else ahead of me has decided to all pit and we didn't go very long during the last stint. I think it's only then we just stay out. Because if we can get towards the front, then that would be probably a good thing. Because then if we can then get another decent run, then I'm in towards the front, and then everybody has to pit in again for new tyres, unless they take that risk. So we have only got a couple of cars behind us before we hit the drivers that all pitted.
That's right, Eric.
Safety car is out. Pits are now open.
We have looked after our tyres pretty well though, I feel. And that could be a deciding factor as a matter of how well we look after these tyres.
Safety car in this lap.
Hey Diego, where are you from? I guess it's a secret.
Right, so we should be going green this time by. So we'll be restarting the race again on lap 41. So we're just coming to the end of the fourth caution. So it'll be important of how we set up the strategy at this point on. Of course, I don't believe we will need any more fuel for the rest of the race. I think we're fine with that. The more the concern is how we manage the tyres. I think if we can get another long run like we just did now, a decent run, and stay ahead of the guys that did pit, I think we'll be alright. But let's see how we get on, because they should have optimum grip.
P7.
Inside. Still there. Clear inside.
Yeah, not too much we can do about that, but I'm not concerned.
8th place.
He can use up his tyres if he wants.
We've got a full course
Spin
yellow.
at 4, spin at 4.
Watch out, guys. Watch out. Watch out.
This car is out. Line up single file.
We just
Car
about got
number
away with that.
19. Safety car's out. Pits are closed.
You just ended me.
There was some of the leaders that were caught in all of that. We just about got out of that. We almost got hit.
How much damage you got, Chris?
I'm not sure. It's pretty light touch, but I spun. In my mirror, the back wing looks fine, so I might be okay, but...
Hopefully. You were running pretty good.
Hey, thanks for apologizing, Samuel. I'm sure it wasn't intentional. He had too much to lose.
Too much to drink, maybe.
No,
Pits
he's
are
driving
open.
really good. I'm sure it wasn't intentional.
No, I'm just teasing.
Right, so we're not
There
going to
was
pit
one
in
guy
again.
last night. You could tell he was drunk. He was slurring his speech, and he ran into someone and he's like, "Oh, sorry, I closed my eyes."
Hold my beer and watch this.
Oh, I got the front end damage.
If I just drank 3 Red Bulls, does that count?
Heck yeah.
target. You very blink. You very blink.
Hey Diego, I'm gonna be pitting, so you're aware.
So that run didn't last very long, but I think that was more of a matter of drivers trying to battle each other more than anything else really, and somebody just made a slight error. Obviously even slight errors can be costly, as you can see, but that's allowed us to get into P6 now.
Safety car is out. Pits are now open.
Thank you. Please. Thank you very much.
So we'll be restarting on lap 47. It's already half an hour in. I'll probably say, yes, this is our 5th caution, which is quite high for some of this type of racing. But from what I've seen during this week so far, I'd say we're doing an alright job. Like Twin Ring Motegi, I think a lot of people find very difficult because it's not your typical speedway track. I've said that earlier. It's not your typical speedway track where at the start of a run it should be pretty much fully flat out. Turns 3 and 4, even on completely fresh tyres, is not flat out.
Safety
It's
car
not
is
even
out.
close.
Pits are now open.
Turns 1 and 2 are just about flat out, as long as you can get the cornering right. But turns 3 and 4 you actually have to shift down to 4th gear. You do, because of how tight the turning is. And that's what makes Twin Ring Motegi a very difficult track. Like, I would advise anybody going to be doing this, I would suggest getting in a good amount of practice and focus on turns 3 and 4
Resume at the end of this lap.
if you're going to do this race during this week. You know, whether you're going to go for points or whether you're going to do this as a one-off, practice turns 3 and 4 as a priority, because you can so easily spin the car around on the exit of turn 4. It's very easy to do that. I did that during practice. As well as that, turns 3 and 4 is a very tight turn for what is supposed to be a speedway. So, you know, they're pretty much the top tips that I've got for anybody that's looking to do this. You know, because in that way you know what to expect. You know, because of this track and the layout for it is not your typical type of track to do what you would normally expect it to do. So we're about to go green again, finishing caution number 5. We'll restart on lap 47. We're restarting this one in P6, so we have moved up a few positions during the last run, mostly because there was a few cars that wrecked and that were ahead of us.
Green, 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 let's go. Sixth place.
Going to keep it wide.
Car high. Clear outside.
There we go, that's another position gained.
P5, you've just done a 28.8.
Car high. Keep it steady. Still there.
That last lap was a 27.7.
Hold your line. He's still there. Clear to the wall.
Yeah, you do need a lot of experience on a track like this.
P4.
Outside. Clear high.
Had to turn in a little bit more than what I wished I needed to.
The leader's just done a 27.5. P3.
If we can get a long run and stay ahead of anybody else that did pit in earlier, then that will put us in a really good spot. But right now our main objective is to try and keep an eye on these tyres the best we can. Yeah, here we go. Everybody else now behind us is now pitted in later than us, so they're going to be on fresher tyres. But the focus is going to stay the same. Try and look after these tyres the best we can. Don't really want to be putting in too much steering input if we can help it. Really, to be honest, I actually don't mind not having any draft,
P3.
if I'm entirely honest. And I don't feel really it's going to be making me any faster.
Okay, Al. That's good consistency. Keep it up.
Car outside. Clear to the top.
There we go, that's us up into P2, but he's going to come back.
Inside. Keep it steady. Clear inside. Car low. Clear to the bottom.
Just went a little bit too deep.
That was a 27.8.
Oh, he's just beginning to get away from me a little bit.
That lap time was 27.9. Full course yellow, watch out.
I think at this point we've got to stay out really until the end of the race.
Thank you.
Watch out, guys.
And by us coming in, we'll just sacrifice too
Race
much.
cars out. Line up single file behind car 19. Full course yellow. It's a closed.
How many laps was that? Anybody know?
I do not.
We restarted on lap 47, so that would have been 12 laps. Now, I believe we're in a very good spot. Like, yes,
From about 14th to 5th in 12 laps. That's a pretty good charge. Oh, everything blinked.
Job, I can see you right behind me. Nice.
I don't know how much tire I got left, but
Pits are open.
yeah, tire wear is extremely high because of turn 3 and 4.
The leader, Fernandez, is pitting.
Okay, so Fernandez has come into the pits. There is a few others that have also come in.
A little 4X tap there.
you're on top, Eric. How about that? Yeah, those things haven't hatched yet, bud.
Yeah, since my last stop, I've actually been looking after my tyres a fair amount, predicting that we're not going to get that big amount of green flag runs. Seems to have worked out.
Safety car is out. Pits are now open.
Alright, okay, so we're not going to have too many more laps. If we have a decent run, this will probably be our final caution. So it'll be interesting to see how this run goes. So we've got 2 to green, so we'll be really starting on lap 64.
Hey, Eric, it looks like your right rear is wearing out. I would pit and get that changed, bud.
Yeah, I can see it from here.
Yeah, it looks terrible, doesn't it?
Are those cords?
I think so.
Playing around with Eric now. This is what I love about IndyCar. You know,
And
IndyCar is a very
back
good,
tires are turning
does
forward.
have a
That
very
looks
good
like fun.
iRacing community.
Is your car starting a fire, Eric?
Oh, that's what the smoke is. Right, Eric's car.
Wow.
Hey, you ever get that looked at, bud?
Hey, Eric, you know, we're only doing this because we're scared, right?
Pits are open.
Yeah.
Left leg is getting a little bit cramped. But I must admit, I am enjoying this race thoroughly. Like, obviously, these races, in particular for this week, is going to be a little bit more longer because of how frequently yellow flags do come out. But when we get entertaining races like this,
We're
I
going
don't
green
mind
next time
too
by.
much.
That's right. We don't need no stinking tires.
Hey, now, I work in the tire industry.
I didn't mean you, Chris. I meant Eric.
Kurt Busch didn't need him.
Good luck, bud.
You too, James. Right, okay, so this may well be our final caution of the race. So we're in P2. And we could go on for a win. So obviously just got to be a little bit aware of wheel spin. Don't think we will get any though.
Green flag, we're racing. P2.
Outside. Hold your line. Hold your line. Still there. Hold your line. Clear high.
You're leading. That lap was at 27.7. Fastest lap for going out, 27.2.
Inside. Clear to the
Oh, he
bottom.
got really close.
That lap time was 27.6. It's your best lap in this session.
Yeah, I'm in the perfect position now. So pushing at just the right time. Right, 2 more to go.
Come on Al, 2 to go. Stay focused, we can win this. You're in the lead. One more lap, keep it together, we'll win this.
Whew. Here we go, that's a P1,
Well
baby.
done, mate. That was absolutely perfect. Great win.
That's a good one, Milan.
Thank you guys, great race with you all as well. I thought it was going to catch up to me towards the end of that, James.
Yeah, I was trying, but it wasn't, I didn't have it. Good race in there, Chris. Nice and clean. Appreciate it.
Yeah, good racing, everybody. I just didn't have tires from the last couple laps.
Catch you guys on the next one.
I saw that, Eric. Good save.
be hitting the tyre wall with the car.
Look out for the pit speed limit. Look out for the pit speed limit.
Well, P1 finish on our first attempt at Twin Ring Motegi. Might be bottom split, but that really does not put me out one bit. You know, even if it is bottom split, it's still a difficult race to do. And that was all due to tyre management. Just tyre management. That's all it took. I wasn't the fastest. I didn't need to be. It's tyre management and being in the right place. So, and bear in mind, we got a bit of front wing damage we did during coming to the end of our second caution as well. And that could have been a lot worse than what it actually was. I can't quite remember off the top of my head what lap it was. Was it lap 10 or lap 11? Yeah, there you go. There's the damage that we got. Yeah, that's quite a ways up. So this is what happened on lap 10 during the second caution. Somebody else pretty much just come to a complete stop on us. And we ended up going into their rear end, which caused us a little bit of damage. And with this damage, we actually decided to stay out and hope for a yellow flag pretty quickly. And that did come out. We had to obviously replace the front wing, which were very fortunate. But I'd say it's definitely a good race throughout, really, to be honest. Like, obviously, a great result for us, but it definitely weren't easy. We definitely had James hounding on us. Chris weren't that far away either. Aitor Figel Fernandez, who pitted in from the lead on that final caution flag, he finished in P5, and he could have actually have won it himself, actually. But what helped us out quite a lot is that we passed Eric straight away along the back straight, coming up to turn 3. At that point, then we just stuck it out basically. We had a very good restart. We was in the right position, and I think getting the run here was very, very important. But he almost spun us round as well, actually. Yeah, this was good, hard, honest racing. This was for Merrick as well. So this is in fact our first win with our E-Team Brit IndyCar as well. So which is a personalised livery that we have got with Corpy Designs. So if you do want any design for any car, pretty much it's only $20. He puts in a lot of hard work. This was actually quite a bit of work went into delivery for this car. This was so you know, definitely a big thanks to Corpy Designs for designing our car for this season. So this is a brand new livery, which also does have our brand new sponsor of PSS as well. Yeah, just look how far he came back from. But this was just us just trying to keep momentum going throughout. So, but yeah, definitely a great race throughout. I'd say 100%. So, let's have a look at the results then in the end for that. So, yep, we finished P1. We're up to 1.9k I rating now. So it's a 79 I rating gain. We also gained 0.14 safety rating as well. We didn't get any incident points from that race. We did get a 0x from that little bit of contact with that guy during the second caution. So I'm pretty sure this will be bottom split. Yeah, there's only 2 splits, we were bottom split, but we managed to win it anyway. So with some very good drivers as well in the split, I would say actually that probably should be in top split as well, I'll be honest. So but yeah, definitely a fantastic result in IndyCar Fixed. So that was the first attempt of week 2 for IndyCar Fixed. We're going for points this season, so I hope everybody enjoyed that race. Everybody over on Twitch watching it live, thank you very much everybody for watching that, and anybody who's watching on YouTube afterwards, thank you very much for watching over, and hopefully that will be a sign of things to come. Maybe some more race wins in IndyCar, maybe for this season, maybe even this week. So but that's what we're going to try and aim for, is to try and get this I rating up, to try and get into better races. So I'm going to leave it at that. Thank you very much everybody for watching. E-Team Driver Alan Day. I shall see you guys next time.